Had a show last night. We welcome back to the airwaves of Clear Channel, Mr. Marc Klein. How are you?
Greetings, Earth people. What a privilege, pleasure, honor, and thrill to walk among you this morning in Port Charlotte as a living man. I am doing fine as frog haircut 44 ways. I feel great. I could tear the butt out of an elephant. I feel great today.
Well, you're looking great.
I feel good. It's my birthday today.
Really?
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
My brain is 40, my hairline's 25, my waistline's 34, my bourbon is 12 years old, my liver's 107. I feel great today.
It's one of my ex-wife's birthdays too.
I'm so sorry.
I know,
Yeah.
exactly.
And live to tell the
I'll
tale.
get you the same thing I got her.
Yeah. Because you give it to me in person, you had to mail it to her. Due to the restraining order, of course.
Of
but,
course, yeah. I tell everybody on stage, both my ex-wives had the same first name, Plaintiff. Yeah, yeah. Hey, you look great. How's the horse racing business to you?
Well, I'll tell you, I've got a horse up at Tampa Bay Downs. Her name is Piton. She's going to run right around Christmas time, and this horse is a genius. Jeff, she knows how to hurt herself just bad enough we won't kill her, but so bad we won't run her. So she finally got healthy enough to race. She's at Tampa Bay. She's going to run probably Christmas week, and I think she'll do pretty well. You know, my comedy buddies always ask me, do you really own a horse, and what's it like? I said, here's what it's like to own a racehorse. Take a bucket of $100 bills, okay? Lead your horse. Your horse will eat that bucket of $100 bills, go behind it, and it'll crap a $1,000 problem. That's what it's like to own a horse. Eat dollars and next problems. But,
Now, we've got a friend that just won the Breeders' Stakes. What does that mean to him?
to win a Breeders' Cup is you've just won the World Series, Super Bowl, you've just got an NBA ring, you've just got a feeling in sport like no other. To win the Breeders' Cup is like winning the Kentucky Derby. It's as big as it gets. It doesn't get any bigger
And he
than
did
that.
well.
in that sport.
He did well at Churchill Downs, the last race of the season, didn't he?
Group she finished second at Churchill, got nosed out by about 20-1 long shot. In fact, I was there that day because my father's retirement home was sponsoring a stakes race that day, the Magnolia Springs stakes race. My dad's retirement home sponsored it. It was the last race of the day because the horses stopped every quarter mile to complain about something. But otherwise, it was fine. Yeah, and they have a bunch of, racetracks have to do so much to keep people coming in. So many new promotions to keep people interested in getting new fans to come to the track. Churchill tried another program called the Islamic Fundamentalist Stakes, and that's on tap for spring. And God knows what happens when those horses cross the finish line. Just have some earmuffs on, because anything could happen. You don't know what if program's going to blow up in your face or not. But yeah, it's such a fun sport. It is so great to go out there and just watch your money run around and disappear. It's great.
Your vet bills must be stupendous, right?
Well,
because you have to keep these horses in good shape.
Well, I'll tell you how that works. Is your trainer picks out a vet, and you put a partnership together. And to keep a horse in training, fed, groomed, and run at Churchill Downs is about $3,000 a month. Same at Tampa Bay.
Wow.
You can figure $100 a day, and the expensive ones cost the same amount as the lousy ones. So your $5,000 claimer costs just as much to feed, train, and groom as your $100,000 stakes runner.
Hey, Hippo, we're in the wrong business. We need to go.
No, we're in the right business, Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You wouldn't want to be a horse groomer for $100 a day?
No.
Tom, trust me, you're in the right business because none of your listeners can see us. This is a great business to be in. This is perfect. I love radio.
There you go.
It sings to me.
Yeah, exactly. Marc Klein's on stage tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday night. The shows tomorrow night start at 8:30, as well as Saturday night 8:30. We got 5 pasta specials because you got almost a sold-out show on Saturday night.
Yeah.
So if
We'll
you
be busy this week.
Yeah, and it's going to start getting busier and busier. That's why Marc is only doing 5 shows next week. DS is going to be back. Mutsy's back the weekend of the 12th through the 15th. You got Tammy Pescatelli in the middle there. Kier is going to be here right after Christmas, and Cowboy Bill Martin for the week of New Year's. So it's going to be a big night.
It's a very strong holiday season lineup, and I urge my comedy buddies to come here, not just to do the shows at night. In the daytime, go see some of the great sights in this part of the country. I was out yesterday driving around. I visited the Shroud of Murdoch, which is just, I don't know if you've seen this or not.
Oh, no, we haven't.
Really? It's
No.
maybe new to the area. I thought it'd been here for years. The Shroud of Murdoch. It's an image of a double-wide mobile home which has been flash burnt into a Pizza Hut tablecloth. And there are lines of believers around the block for this. I mean, people come to name their kids at this thing. It's an amazing. They're going to try to authenticate it to see if that is in fact a Pizza Hut tablecloth or not. So they're going to put the carbon dating on it to see.
Oh,
But
good grief.
it's very exciting. It's a huge thing to do. God.
See, we should have given that to Mike when he was here with community services.
Well, what I should give to Mike is an event. I'm going to try to bring my own special fishing event to this part of Florida.
Great.
We're going to go fishing for Obama bass.
Oh, okay.
This is fishing for Obama bass. We go out just about 3 miles offshore. We drop a poster of President Obama in the water with the word re-elected under it and watch the fish just jump out of the ocean in horror. So we'll see if we can get doing that. But you just got to try to treat events as you can. That's the deal.
You bring up a good point. Comedians getting political. I've seen a lot of them get very political. I know you don't get very political. You may throw in one or two zingers, but you usually do it onto both of them.
Yeah.
But they stay away from politics unless they're known for that, unless they're appearing at the Democratic National Convention.
They're afraid it will cost them work.
Yeah.
The conservative ones, they're right. It does cost them work. I mean,
Yeah.
I've lost several speaking gigs because if you go to my website and you view my stuff, my political angles, I don't mention specific candidates or parties, but where I stand on issues is fairly clear from my material, both live and on my website, and that probably cost me a gig or two. So a lot of it's, comedians are supposed to be such rebels, such people who aren't afraid to say anything or offend anyone. Nothing could be further from the truth. They're afraid it'll cost them work, so they tend not to get political. And I don't blame them. I'm not faulting people.
Until they get a point in their career where they feel they don't care. A Tommy Chong, a George Carlin got very political at the end of their. Well, Tommy Chong's still going, but I think it's the end of his career.
That's true. You can make a conscious decision, I don't care what anyone thinks, but if you don't care what anyone thinks, then you have to not care what anyone thinks. And that can put you in a tough position when your job is to make people laugh.
But politics is around us all the time. I mean, it's a 24/7 deal, so you've got to, I don't know how a politician can't just you got to do something political.
To our national discredit, we've become so thin-skinned.
Right, yeah,
Yes.
really.
Our national sense of humor has suffered as our sensitivity and sensibilities to everything else has heightened.
Really,
So,
you're right.
me politically, I'm politically incorrect on every possible issue. I have a sealskin wallet that I bought in Argentina, which I clubbed myself off the shelf of the store. Okay, I mean that's just me. That's just so. Yeah, it's just you choose what you talk about and try to make the best of it. And as you get older, you develop an appreciation for kind of who you are and where you stand. And I think you maybe want to take a stronger stand the older you get.
Oh, exactly.
I did something I've been wanting to do for so long. I wrote my own obituary last week.
Really?
Yes, I think as a man gets past 50, you need to write your own obituary. Because that way, when your friends read about you in the paper, if you really do die, you can put in stuff that'll make them crazy with envy. Because they're never going to check. Who checks these things?
Really?
My obituary now says Marc Klein died yesterday at age 95. He passed away quietly at home, surrounded by family and friends. A recovering drug addict and alcoholic. He'd been clean and sober for 6 hours. That's what it's going to say, okay? He was a 4-time winner of Kentucky Giant Oregon contest. No one's going to check. No one opens the box and checks on these things. Write your own. Make your way, cut a wide swath, make your way through life, and just cut as big a path as you can.
Marc Klein joins us. Stay with us if you want to put a smile on your face this morning. If you look